You know what? It's a good shot right here. It's a good shot. Definitely gonna be the thumbnail for you guys, right? Like, whoa! What's up, guys? Good morning. It is Friday morning. We're gonna get going here, leaving this TA truck stop. Goal today looks to be getting approximately 500 miles. We can do more, but we're gonna end up by somewhere around Albuquerque. We'll see how it goes, depending on traffic, and should be a smooth day. But we just gotta roll today. We will be doing a 34. This load is not due until Monday, so we got about a little under 1,000 miles to go, about 960 to be exact, somewhere around there. But we're gonna get going. So we gotta drive to Kingsman, put some fuel at Love Stop, put about 75 gallons, just to end up finish, you know, till we get. I'm not gonna fill it up till we get to more cheaper fuel down in Texas. So that's the plan. So gotta be smart refueling. So let's go. Let's go. If you guys didn't see the end of the video last night, but hope that guy in the helicopter. This is where it happened. Crossing right here, man. Guys, we're putting a little bit of fuel here. Spot. Sorry about that. Gotta put my other gloves on. Put in about 75 gallons. No DEF needed on this one. Said we are in Kingsman right now, just an hour from this morning. So this should take us to finish our day. I still have about almost half a tank this morning. So just being conservative with fuel prices. With TSH, we get a fuel EFS fuel card, and we get to put up to 250 gallons a day. Of course, we pay for the fuel, that's why you lease purchase, but you get to put up to 250 gallons a day. But that doesn't mean you have to fill it up every time. Also on the EFS card, there's an app, and it tells us the discounts of what's near or around us. You can also put like a, where your destination is or city you're going through, and it'll tell you the fuel prices with a discount and what's the cheapest fuel in that route that you're going to. So that way you can choose where you can fuel, how far you can go based on where your status is in your tanks right now. So fuel prices has definitely gone up. If you haven't noticed, in the last couple of months, they've gone up a few cents. It used to be on the 3, right on the 3 where we were hitting Texas, but it's now above 3. I think the cheapest fuel I've seen in Texas as of last night was about 320, and that's in towards, like I said, off 20 over there in Texas. So we gotta do what we gotta do. We also get the fuel surcharge, which means we get compensated to help with the fuel costs as part of our loads dispatch with our clients. So if you don't know what fuel surcharge is, we'll discuss it. It sounds complicated. In my opinion, it's not that complicated. It's basically just a percentage based on the state and where you're going to of the miles that you're driving and the fuel costs and the average, and the shipper pays that fuel surcharge to the drivers as far to help compensate for the fuel costs. So it's part of the settlement of what you get paid. So that should complete our day for today. Be okay, and that's usually what I do when I'm coming from the west to the east. I don't fill it up. Customer 54. Your shower is ready. Please proceed to shower 3. When I'm coming from the west coast, of course, the west is more expensive. There's a pilot right there in Sacramento, which is the only major truck stop in Sacramento. If you've been on the west coast in Sacramento, you know which one I'm talking about. And it was $4.27 for fuel with my discount. So that should tell you enough. So I only put 50 gallons there, went to Reno and put some more where we had to pick up. So all right, well done here. I gotta move the truck. Well, I can't move the truck, there's somebody in there. So we're just gonna go inside real quick. Usually I like to move it. I don't think he's been back yet. I don't, let's stay back here.
Attention, most team members.
Oh my God, they talk a lot.
For a courtesy check.
And speaker. This is the predicament. If you're out here, you got a driver up front, you can't move forward, but if you go inside and then he moves forward to the other drivers coming behind you, you look like an asshole that you left the truck on the fuel island. It's not your fault. You can't move forward. You got seats. You can't move forward. So if it's for that reason, it is what it is. But when it's not for that reason, it sucks. It definitely sucks, because then you're looking like an ass. I want to talk about a little later on this video. I said we're going to talk about the challenges of finding a place while you're on the road. So we're going to talk about that a little later. Let's get out of this fuel island and this loud noise everywhere. So what's up, guys? So we stopped here at not Little Rock, outside of Flagstaff. We are in Little America, exit 198 of 40 and 17, depending where direction you're going, but exit 198. Talking about trying to find a place while you're on the road full time. That's just pros and cons. What's a pro? Well, you're out. You can save a little more money. You can kind of shop around. If you have a specific area you want, you can ride yourself there. You can go check it out, maybe rent a car. We did that a couple of times. We definitely did that in Tennessee, Knoxville. If you haven't heard, go watch a previous video from last night. I'm trying to update these kind of daily for at least a time being, or a day after or so. But watch the last video. But we got a place in Knoxville. But we definitely drove through there several times. We had to be in Nashville a couple of times because of Tennessee Steel Hollow Base there, the PM and all that. But we drove through there several times through the last year and a half. And before we decided to get a place, no, let me correct myself. When we decided to get a place, that's the first place we went to. Was able to get time off. You know, we had to figure out where we wanted to go. We rented a car and spent about a week there over a weekend and a couple more days. Decided to get a place, and you get to do that, right? So you get to travel. That's kind of a pro positive of being on the road. You get to choose. You get to travel to different places, and if you're open to where you want to move, you can check out the place that you want to, or several places. Make a stop, rent a, get a room, get a hotel, stay in the truck, rent a car, just drive around. So we've done that a couple of times through this year, which is also why we've taken some breaks, kind of just considering where we wanted to be. Now, after considering that and deciding that that's where we're going to be, we're going to try Knoxville, and we wanted to be east of Tennessee, not the west side for right now. We spent the week there and we started looking. Rental market right now, just as a buying market, as you probably know, it's a seller's market. There's a lot of demand for buying property right now. Even though some of us are like, I don't understand why that is, because there's a lot of people that have been paying way overpriced of what a property is just because they want that property. They have to buy it. A lot of it may be also because they decided that they sold their property where they were at, or from the West Coast, made some money out of it because it's a seller's market, and then realized, hey, we have to buy another property to live in. Those people that also sold, they need to buy properties. Those that could have decided not to buy a property at the moment, probably because they didn't want to overpay, now they have to rent a property, whether it's an apartment or a house. So it was a damn challenge, a headache. Applications fees, if you know, are very high per person. The minimum probably that you can find is $40, but they can go as high as $75 per person for an application, just to know if they want to approve you to get the place. You're paying anywhere from $80 to $150. We did that twice on houses, and unfortunately what we found out is that there's a lot of property management companies that are taking advantage. Excuse me, my phone's ringing. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. What's up, guys? We're in the middle of nowhere. It's actually Saturday. Sorry about the interruption yesterday. We are getting unloaded right now. Middle of nowhere in Staten, Texas, just north of I-20, US 129. I just had coordinates for this one, guys. Let me get the sun over here. I just had coordinates for this one. I had to call the guy and make sure I guess I made the right turn into the dirt. I could see that oil tower. There's an oil tower right over there. See that tower right over there? I can see that from the road, and that's kind of what I use. But see that getting us unloaded here. As I get us unloaded, we got 4 more straps to get loose, but I can't get those loose until they get the top ones, because otherwise the bottom ones can roll off. So if you're carrying these liners, make sure don't loosen all your first set of straps that grasp the bottom layer. Do not loosen those until they're done with the top ones. All right, that's for safety reasons. Yeah, but like I was saying, guys, if you're living on the road, I'm not sure where I left off yesterday. I know we're talking about finding a place where if you live on the road 24/7. It is challenging. It is challenging because a couple of things. Number one, you're not there to go see a place. So unless you take the time off beforehand to see the place or to check out the area, and especially if it's a new area that you never lived with or been at before, then you're just kind of guessing, right? You're guessing, you're going. We went through a couple of Facebook groups in the area to check out, you know, opinions, best areas, a lot of reviews on YouTube, on Yelp, Facebook reviews, people's comments, things like that. We went through a lot of that to kind of knock out what area, you know, we wanted to be out of Tennessee. And it can get stressful, a lot of battles, making a decision on somewhere you've never been before, right? You never lived before. You can go by, and one thing is being there for a week and a weekend, and it's fine, and you have a good time. Another thing is being there, you know, to live and experience that. So that's what we got to test out. But yeah, it can be challenging. So that's one thing. Number two, putting applications out right now with the seller's market, and again, the renters market is also just as busy and challenging. So you're putting applications just to know if you're approved, and we found out in a couple places after spending some money in a couple of house properties, which is why we ended up in an apartment, like I said earlier in this video, that they were taking a bunch of applications, and even though it's supposed to be first come, first serve, most of the house property management are just choosing who they want, processing applications they want first before they get our own. So that's number two, and that was one of the biggest challenging as we were deciding, after we decided where we want to be and what places to apply. All right, guys, I'm gonna unloose those two straps while they get these top ones off. I'll be right back with the rest of it. Hold on. All right, and I hope you guys can hear me because it's a little windy up here now. Give you guys this shot. Another challenge is that we had, I hope you guys can hear me because it got windy up here. So you know what, it's a good shot right here. It's a good shot. Definitely gonna be the thumbnail for you guys, right? Like, whoa. I'm gonna go down because it's windy up here. The other issue was communication. So everything was through email. People that you don't know, like I said, you don't know the area, you don't know who you're talking to, you don't know what's good, what they're telling you is true and bad about the area that you're trying to find out, because you're not there. We're on the road. We're driving, we're working as we're doing this. So communication with the property management, we actually got denied in a couple of places because we weren't able to go view the property before we did the application. We kind of just went by photos and their videos online, and you know, square footage and information, just ask some basic important questions that you would ask, right, on a property. But we got denied a couple of places because we weren't there. So that's an issue as well. And just the lack of knowledge of the area. So it's definitely going to happen when you're moving to anywhere that is new to you, you've never been, and that's what happened to us. So keep those points in mind. I could probably mention a couple more, and I'll probably do that again in a couple other videos, so stay tuned for that. When we moved to where we moved, the apartment ended up being an easier choice. Number one, they're a little easier to apply, even though we did find, don't get me wrong, even though the apartments also were going fairly quickly in a nice good area. So that's what we went for. We decided to, anywhere we found these apartments that are very nice. You guys will get to see a tour of them once we move in, without telling you where it's at. But we'll show you a tour when we actually get the keys. We won't get furniture to the day after, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe. And if you're liking the content, guys, and you haven't hit that like button yet on the part of the video, make sure to hit that like button. It helps the channel continue growing, and I should appreciate it. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed for more content like these, if you like, as far as living on the road, good and challenges. This is reality. So, but we got an apartment, we did the application, we gave our deposit. We stayed there about a week looking at different places at the same time. We finally put the application in. We got approved within 24 hours, got our approval. So after we got approved, the next challenge, guys, and we'll talk about that in the next video, but was finding furniture. Like everything else going around, right, due to COVID, everything's scarce, and it's a shortage of everything no matter where you go. So imagine getting new stuff. So we'll talk about that in the next video, guys, but that was the next step. But we finally got an apartment. It's not gonna be ready till the second week of November, and that's where we're moving in. So we'll do the tour, guys, after we get the keys that day, and then we're gonna get a set of furniture delivered the next day for our bedroom set and living room. That's all we got to start. And then other challenge that we're going to talk about is moving our stuff from California. So we'll talk about those 2 points on the next video, guys. But we're almost done. It seemed like the guys had trouble, didn't even make sure that the forklift was full of fuel before they came over here. So, and we came around on the bench. So they got to take care of that. And we're going to finish getting unloaded and get out of here. Go to a truck stop Saturday. We're going to do a 34. We do have a challenge of getting a reload from here. We are in West Texas. There's not a lot of stuff coming out of West Texas that I'm aware of that I found on our board. And I talked to a couple of guys yesterday trying to mangle. The closest thing is probably Brownwood. So we're gonna go to Abilene here, stop in the Abilene area, which is closer to Brownwood. Worst case scenario, we might need to deadhead further close to Fort Worth or DFW. So we'll see what it goes. That's gonna be in the next video, so stay tuned for that, guys. And that's it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. We'll Friday out. Peace.